Hi, and welcome to this presentation of how easy it is to set up bursting of large documents using bar EOM. Let's go straight to the product. We're looking at the EOM console, which is the administrative user interface of bar EOM. What we will try to do is take this document called sample sales rpt.bdf and split it into smaller pieces. First, I'm going to bring it up in the EOM viewer. As you can see, it is a PDF, but it's a long one, 633 pages. And what we would like to do is make it smaller, as in break it up into smaller pieces, but based on variable information inside the document, specifically this area right here that contains the account name. So how are we going to do this? Well, first of all, we've got to select the area in order to know the dimensions of the rectangle we'll use for extracting this information. Now we're going to go to EOM Business Rules, and we're going to start setting up our business rule for this bursting. So the very first thing we're going to do is create the new rule, and of course give it a name. I'm going to pass on creating a description, and then under conditions we're going to go ahead and say that the only condition we have for this rule is that the document source is equal to the watch folder we will be using to drop these PDFs in. Of course, in the real world we could use any kind of source, whether LPD, mainframe, web upload, etc. But I'm going to pick this marketing docs source, and then we're ready to start configuring our action. In this case, the action we're doing is bursting, and it's page mode because we're dealing with PDFs. So here's the configuration screen for our action. The very first choice is selection of the server. We have a single server environment, so it's really easy. The transform package, which we're not going to go into the configuration. And now comes the exciting part, actually setting up the extraction variables. We're going to set up this new variable. We are going to call it account. It's a burst type variable. We're going to trim the spaces, and then we're going to enter the coordinates, and notice that the coordinates are you can see them right behind here in the background from our viewer. So I'm going to enter the upper left coordinates, the y coordinates, and then the measures of the rectangle. Now we're ready to click OK. The next step is to choose our burst conditions. As I said, what we want to do here is burst the document every time this particular variable changes. Therefore, I choose the variable account, and then I pick changes as the condition. I can choose what happens with the original document, which will be dropping into the watch folder. Let's say that we're going ahead and deleting it. And finally, under the Document Properties tab, I can configure whether any of the document properties for the new document use the information we extracted. Since we did say that we wanted the document name of the newly created small documents to be that of the account name, let's go ahead and configure it here. We are going to specify that the document name is something that indeed we want to override. And instead of just using a regular counter, we are going to right-click in here and pick our variable called account, which is of course what we're extracting. Now we can click OK, and one more OK, and we have our rule completed. Again, to summarize what this rule does is when the documents come in on this particular source, we will go ahead and look inside of the document in order to see whenever this area changes that a new document gets created. So let's now see whether we configured it right. We will go back to EOM. We will switch to this sample source, the marketing doc source, and then I will be dropping this document in that watch folder, and we'll be able to watch it live as the conversion starts happening. The document is now coming into EOM. It goes into the processing rule state, and now you'll start seeing all of the little documents get created. One by one they appear in here, and notice that you see the name of the document reflecting exactly the area containing the account name. This will keep going until the document is burst into all of the little pieces that are available inside. Hope you enjoyed this quick look at how easy it is to set up bursting of a large document in bar EOM. Of course, once these documents are created, you can easily route them to email, to printers, to web delivery, and all of the other cool functionality that Bar EOM offers you. Thank you.